Thank you very much, President Assoumani, and greetings once again to you, President Putin, and indeed to my other brothers who have joined us. We are very delighted that we've been joined by President Museveni, President Sassou Nguesso, and President Sisi, who could not join us when we last came here. So our team is now enhanced, and we are pleased that we could have this engagement with yourself. And thank you very much for agreeing to meet as we do. We also wish to thank you for giving us an outline of the issues, as you have done, which you did do when we met you a few weeks ago when we came to St. Petersburg. And we have often said that having come here from meeting President Zelensky, we are, in our view, the only group that is able to talk to both sides. You yourself attested to that, and we are pleased that we can have access to you and have a follow-up discussion as you promised that we would have on the sidelines of the Russia-Africa Summit. So we are really delighted. As you heard the various inputs by various leaders during the Russia-Africa Summit plenary sessions, all of Africa would like to see peace prevailing. We are all in support of peace. And in many ways, our coming here also testifies to that. Of course, in addition, we collectively, as African countries, have a very collaborative relationship with Russia. We cooperate in a number of areas, and this gives us the ability to be able to talk to you about peace, because much as we are having challenges on our African continent with Niger now being subjected to a coup and a few other countries, as the African Union and indeed as African countries, we stand on the side of peace. And even in this case, with the conflict in the Ukraine, we still advocate for peace. And in a way, we feel that we have a right to call for peace, because the ongoing conflict, as you heard during the course of the day, also negatively affects us as African countries. Apart from wanting to support a peace process all over the world, this conflict is now directly affecting us as well. As we told you the last time, and as far as food security is concerned, the prices of our fertilizers have gone up. The cost of living in many of our countries have gone up. And we do believe that it is in the interest of humanity and the people, yes, of Russia and Ukraine, that there should be peace, and this conflict should be settled in a peaceful manner. We do understand from your explanation the origins of this conflict and where it started and how it started. We are, however, pleased to hear you say you recognize the initiative that we as African countries, 7 African countries have taken. And you take this initiative by the 7 countries very seriously, and you've given due consideration and regard to the proposals that we put forward. And you will recall that we said we would like engagement, that there should be engagement. And in calling for engagement, we say so from our own histories as African countries, that many countries on the continent were involved in various conflicts, and in the end, those conflicts, many of them were resolved through peaceful means, through negotiations. And it is this that informs us to call for negotiations and dialogue. And in that regard, we do believe that we do have a right to call for peace, because that is a principle that we firmly believed in. We did inform you at the moment when we met you that we as African countries stand firm on the respect for the United Nations Charter and principles, which we also have appropriated as the African Union. And we do believe that those principles should be respected, and we are pleased to hear you say exactly the same thing. And we are pleased to hear you also say that our ideas resonate with your ideas, and they also coincide with the ideas that have been put forward by others, and principally China. When we met you, we did say that our initiative should not ever be seen as replacing other initiatives. It should be seen as complementing the efforts and the initiatives that others have embarked upon. And therefore, as we speak in support of the various other proposals. And President Putin, we are pleased tonight that you will be able to give us an indication of your response to a number of the proposals that we put forward in the closed session, that is. And what pleases us is that you yourself have said that you have been giving serious consideration to the proposals that have been put forward by the 7 African countries. So I draw a lot of confidence in what you have said, and that in the closed session you'll be able to inform us. Yes, you are absolutely right in saying that a number of us have taken various positions with regards to this conflict, but the main and key positions that all of us have taken is that this conflict should be resolved through negotiations, through dialogue, and we agree with you that that is the best way to go. And in this regard, as African countries, we want to play a constructive role. We want to see how best we can assist in ensuring that there is dialogue and that this conflict should be brought to an end. As we said right from the onset, and as we listened to you today, you responded to some of the issues that were in our proposals, and one of those was about the grain. We proposed that we would like the Black Sea Initiative to be implemented, and that the Black Sea should be open. And in that regard, we were saying, so that we are understood, we were saying we would like the Black Sea to be open to the world market. And we were not here, as we are not, coming to plead for donations for the African continent. We do recognize that out of the generosity of the heart of the Russian Federation, you have decided to donate grain to a number of countries on the continent that are facing challenges. We respect that and we accept that, but our main import here is not so much focused on the issue of giving and donating grain to the African continent, but we accept that you have decided in that regard. So we are here, President Putin, to listen to you, to hear what your response would be to some of the proposals. And as we said, we are prepared to engage further. And today we are very pleased that there are 6 of us here, and President Hichilema could not travel, but at the same time, he is also well represented by our presence here. So thank you very much, and I'm sure that we will be able to hear your response to a number of those issues in the closed session. Thank you very much.